Perfect.
Hello and welcome to Chill and Chat.
Hello.
If you don't know
Yeah.
us already, I'm Mel and this is Elise.
It's
I'm from
me.
Mel Marie
Hi.
Stapleton. Sorry.
Whenever someone introduces me, I'm like, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, Taylor.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so I'm Mel Marie Stapleton and I have a program for moms, and this is Elise, my coaching bestie.
Thank you, coaching bestie. Yeah, so I also have a program for mums, and that is why Mel and I love to collaborate with each other because we have similar yet different niches. And we help mums with pretty similar things in similar yet different ways. And so I think we both have some really cool perspectives on different life things that we could maybe help mums with. We look forward to getting some mums to join us on these chats in the future. But for now, we're just recording them to try and put the message out there, help you, and hopefully, whatever we have to talk about today helps somebody. So, Mel, did you want to introduce today's topic because it was you that actually came up with it today? Because you've said that you're seeing it come up a lot, just in general life, conversation, and things like that.
Yeah, I think you said it the other day on a phone call, but I can introduce it because I this morning was like, this is our chill and chat topic today, and you were like, oh yeah, okay.
Cool.
So the topic is drum roll, um, how to stay calm, regulated, and supported within the current world cost of living crisis. And if you're listening without video, I've got my quotation marks um, because can we just start with how much when we watch the news, socials, blah, 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 we are actually inundated with the fear that then makes us believe that we're actually living this life of lack and scarcity and fear. But then if we actually just focus on what we have in front of us, it's a completely different world.
I'm like going like this, like everything she said, but I didn't want to interrupt you. So that has been like a lot of a conversation for me lately too, or people just send
Yeah.
me, people will even send me DMs of like a reel of like things that are quite like around that stuff. Oh, I was trying to think of the right words. Around like cost of living, cost of fuel, and like I consume it too a little bit, but I have discernment around me to go, not responding to that, not watching that. Oh yeah, well, like I agree with that. And the reason I think I might have brought it up the other day, and then Mel maybe has had some conversations as well that has made her go, yeah, let's do it, was I live in Melbourne. Mel lives in New South Wales. But in Melbourne, a lot of you might have seen that Adrian Portelli, that billionaire, opened the membership petrol station. And I was talking about how many people I've seen that were saying to either myself or their partner, or just online, I had seen some content or comment sections like having a go at him. Now, maybe it's because I've been in the space of network marketing and now a coach that, and I want to say, like, I still have mindsets around money that I probably need to work through. I probably still have inner wounds and anxiety around money itself and cost of living that affect me too. It doesn't mean that we're not also
Can I just
affected
say,
by it.
can I yeah, can I just say, like, the most successful coach like, let's talk about like Hormozi or even like Tony Robbins, probably also have issues around money, issues around
Mm.
relationships, issues like no one's perfect. We were literally just having this conversation about some stories that we'd seen from a coach just before. Like, I think that to be perfectly healed, to be not struggling, to be
Yeah.
like content all the time is such a lie. Like nobody is that, right?
And that can cause overwhelm in itself because we're constantly seeking for something higher. But that's probably like a chat for another day because I know we only get like 30 to 40 minutes of a Zoom. And Mel and I love a good chat forever about all the topics. But me included. I'm half the problem with that because I just chat all day. But what I was gonna say is so many people are
Sorry.
hating on him. No, you're right. Do what you need to do. Hating on him about having done something outside of the box, done something that might help people. Yeah, it lines his pocket, but the business hat that I wear goes, how clever. How clever are you? I wish I could do that. I can't afford a petrol station or to keep refueling the petrol station to fuel the customer. So if he can afford to do it, why the bloody hell not? And we live in a world of subscription based or membership based anyway. If you have Spotify, you might pay for it. If you have Netflix, if you even Zoom that we're on now, you either can subscribe to it or pay for a membership or have it for free. Your mobile phone,
Phones.
yeah,
But
mobile,
yeah.
every app on our phone, even Canva that I use to create some of my content, I pay. It last night, my partner goes, he was trying to do something for his work, and he was like, "Oh, what could I download to help me make this and this?" And I'm like, well, the other thing I made you last time, I just used Canva. And he goes, oh, yeah, like this other app he was going to download was like $50 a month. And he was like, oh, is there ones that are a little bit cheaper? Because, of course, even when you're a business owner or whatever, you try to find the like most effective, cost effective thing, right? And I go to him, just use Canva, man. Canva's the best for everything. It's not, it's like $17 a month. And he goes, how do you know? And I go, because I've paid for it for like 5 years. And he's like, really? I didn't know that. And I was like, it's only like $15. I don't even notice it half the time. It's the bigger subscriptions that, like, we pay a rent, we pay a mortgage, we pay a water bill, we pay groceries, and some of the things being on subscription based are really helpful and maybe some are not. So it's about discerning, like if you're consuming a lot of like doomsday content or stressful content. Like a mum said to me yesterday afternoon, I was like, oh, sorry. I was like rushing through the school gate. I just had to pick up this and pick up this, and I got a really like far away car park at school pickup. Like had to walk further to get in the gate. That's why I got in like a minute after the bell, and they were all already out playing together. And she goes, "Oh, did you have to pay a lot for fuel?" And I went, "No, that's not even a real thing. It's not even a real thing." And she goes, "What do you mean? This town and this town and this town's out of gas?" And I'm like, "No, they're not. Like maybe they are. Maybe they are. I didn't know about it though until she told me." Because I'm like, if either way, we need petrol to drive our motor vehicle to get to school pickup or to get to therapy or to buy the groceries or to, like, either way, you need to consume that thing. And then what I find interesting, sorry, I haven't even let Mel speak yet. I'm like ranting about it. This has
That's
been
okay.
on my mind this week. But like when I saw people having to go at Adrian Portelli, my first thought was, yet you're still going to complain about cost of living, but he's offering you a cheaper way to access fuel. And you're like, how dare he? Like, how clever of him, I think. How clever. He's already a billionaire, so like, why not? And he was even able to pay the traffic controllers to monitor if like too many people were on the road outside the servo. So I think if you're annoyed at him, maybe that's just because like you can't afford to buy a petrol station and neither can I. Like maybe that's why you're mad at him. Like, and
Let's
Mel's like, bring it
let's
back a little
what
bit. You've gone too far. You've gone too deep too
let's
quick.
rewind. Let's rewind for a second. Let's get a bit grounded. So
I would have a
so I
mouthful
think
of my drink and ground myself.
I think on the surface, what we see is expensive fuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But deeper. Let's go deep, right? What is actually happening? So the war is happening. We can't deny that the war has been happening for a couple of years, right? Like it's
Mm.
not just the
Yeah, it
recent
is.
war. The war has been happening for a few years, right?
Yep.
Um, the second thing is that food and groceries are becoming more and more expensive because of
Yeah.
inflation, etc., etc. Radio? Yes,
Mm.
fair.
Mm.
But what we need to do and what we need to remember, apart from like these rich people that are doing all of these amazing or not so amazing things, I don't
You
really
don't care for
care,
me. Yeah. Yeah.
really. Yeah. Um, what we need to do is bring it back and ask ourselves in our heart. So if you're listening to this and you're not watching us, I want you to put your left hand on your heart and I want you to ask yourself in your heart, is this something that is actually worth stressing about? Now, if you're about to be homeless and you're about to like
Yeah.
have no food, all of the things, then yes, it is worth stressing about.
Yeah, of
But
course.
generally speaking, if you have a roof over your head, you know how you're going to pay rent next week or your mortgage or whatever. You know that you can buy food next week. You know that things are going to be okay.
Yeah,
Put your hand on your
absolutely.
heart and think about what's most important to you. Rather than consuming all of this BS and actually taking on what they're saying, how can you make the world a better place just where you live? That's
That's so
all you need to
important.
focus on.
So
Yeah,
maybe what
yeah.
you could talk about, Mel, because it's probably more supportive than anything I just said, is thanks for bringing it back a little bit to a more grounded space. But you do some really cool things, and actually, I was having a conversation with a lady at my local shop recently, and she does kind of similar to you. And I sometimes do as well, but it just depends what my schedule looks like. Sometimes I click and collect from the big bang grocery store and it costs me more than I would like it to. And then other times we can do things like Mel does if we have the time and capacity to do so, to seek from smaller businesses or local business. And you just said something to me yesterday about like you paid how much for eggs at one place, but how much for eggs at another place. Do you want to maybe give
Uh,
mum some like tips and tools about like how they could seek instead of buying everything at one big store that costs more, which like I just said I do sometimes. Is there a way we
yeah,
can
yeah, and
maybe reduce cost or like seek for smaller like businesses? Like, what did you pay it for eggs at one place and versus another place?
so I'm not gonna name
No,
people that
you
know
don't
me will
have
be
to
like,
name businesses. I'm just saying give ideas out there, like a general
um,
idea.
so at one place, I always get free range eggs because I'm a big believer in the chickens being out on the grass, not in
Yeah,
little
same. So
cages.
do I. Yeah.
Um, um, which is contradictive when I still go to KFC sometimes and the rabbits are in little cages. But anyway, that's beside the point. I thought you were like, oh
You're
my God,
supposed to be the
no.
one keeping us grounded. Come on.
Um, but at one shop, the eggs range, just a dozen eggs range from $10 to $12 for
hmm
the carton,
Which
the
I
free
paid
range
for free
eggs.
range eggs. Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the butcher's yesterday, while I was on the phone to Elise, they were $6. Straight from the
Straight from the
um
farm.
yeah, yeah. And it
Love
said
that.
like free range local eggs. And I
I
actually
love that.
told the guy, I was like, oh, $6 eggs, can I please grab some? They're $10 at the fruit and veg shop. There you go, I told you.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, no
But
worries.
that's okay. We're not
Didn't
naming
question it.
or shaming any
Yeah,
particular business. We're
yeah,
just trying to like highlight. So, the lady at the local shop to me recently, I chit chat with her all the time. She also like often tells me about the chit chat she had with my husband earlier in the week because it's our local like little convenience store that she works at. And she's a
yeah.
lovely lady. We'll go in there with the kids and she'll be like offering them like a little treat and stuff. She's a lovely lady. But anyway, she was telling me the other day that she like the different, so similar to what you do, go to different stores for different foods is what I was trying to say. Like if you have capacity and time in your schedule to do it, I recommend doing it because she was saying for the same big bag of like potatoes that I buy, which we eat potatoes often because I can roast them, mash them. They can make lots of meals.
Did you know that potatoes, no matter how you cook them, are a known mental health food?
What do you mean, like good for mental health or not good?
Yeah, they produce oxytocin, If you're
Yes,
listening,
I
Google it.
feel like we've had that
Yeah,
chat before. Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
people really get like, oh, potatoes not a good thing, but it's actually like a good carb. Like it's
Well,
yeah.
the reason it's not a good thing is because we deep fry it in seed oil.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, it's the seed oil that's affecting our health, not the
the
potato.
seed oil, yeah, the seed oil
Yeah.
is a problem. And then what do we do? Like, so say we go to the pub and we get seed oil fried chips, which I'm not
And then I dip
ashamed to
it
say that
in
I
like some seed oil made aioli or mayonnaise or barbecue sauce or something. Yep.
well, I like Diane, but I also, before I even get to the sauce,
Yeah.
full of sugar, full of salt, full of blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Before I even get to that, there's a certain colored salt called chicken salt that I like to be able to see
Yep.
on the chips. So not only do I have,
Which is full of all the yellow coated things that I can't remember what they're called anymore, but like, yeah.
which are almost like red dyes, right? So like at least once a
Yeah.
week, I'm having this treat, which is like seed oil plus the salt plus the Diane sauce. So that's why potatoes in the health industry have a bad name because of all
Yeah.
the extra things.
It's not
When
the
I cook them
actual
here,
potato itself,
no,
though.
when I cook them here, I chop them up, I put some seasoning on them, I put some olive oil on them, I roast
Exactly.
them.
Yeah.
They're still delicious. I still
Love
get the same
potato.
feeling from them, but it's very differently made, right? Like if you
Mm.
have, and I also have them with like cheese, like cream cheese and sweet chili sauce, like you have crackers with.
Oh, now I want to like
And
every time you and I talk, we talk about something we've eaten, and I'm like, you'll go, now I want to eat that, or I go, now I want to eat that. We're not even
yeah, I'll
talking about what
probably
we're
make that for
eating for
lunch.
lunch today, but maybe
Yeah,
we'll eat that.
we'll have to share it.
But
Um,
the
but
thing
my point
about
is though,
potatoes, though, is this lady was saying to me that if she drives like it would take me an extra 5 to 10 minutes to drive to than the shop I drive 2 minutes to. But if I
yeah,
made that conscious effort to drive 5 to 10 more minutes down the road, again, I'm not naming businesses because I haven't been to these businesses. I'm just like hearsay what I've been told. But the same amount of potatoes I buy for $12, like you said, eggs for $12, are like $3 to $6.
yeah, and like
And I was like, I need to get off my lazy butt. Like I have been
but
so late because I eat potato like also I have neurodivergent kids, right? So like you said, they're gonna want those seed oil chicken salty chips. But like we love a good mashed potato, which you can also add like a bit of bone broth to as you mash, or like turn it into a healthier potato. But like we love potato in all forms in this house. And I was like, the amount of potatoes I go through, like I could buy potatoes for a month for the same cost at this shop she was telling me versus the regular shops that we go to. So
yeah,
my point was to like, well, we love that potatoes are good for our health and taste great, and we know to cook them in a healthier way versus a non, like you could cook them in tallow or beef fat or duck fat or olive oil. I'm sure all those things are delicious and good for your health, but the point of like cost of living is if you have time and energy and capacity to do so, maybe outsource, go to little shops. Like on the way to my kids' therapist, actually, there's a little farm, but I always forget which day he's open. And then when I realize his sign is up, I'm like, oh, I've got 5 minutes to get to therapy. And it's also me not consciously making the convenient time and effort to
yeah,
get to do the thing. So that is like, and again, like I had someone a while ago, Mel might remember this, say to me from like a story I'd put up because not only am I a mum coach, but I do like am a wellness partner. So like I do follow healthy things for myself. And I posted something that I had restocked my fridge for like a detox I was doing, like a wellness thing I was doing for my own personal health choice. And this person DM'd me and was like, oh, good for you in a cost of living that you can fill your fridge with blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it costs me the same as what it costs you. Like it does in it may you don't know my situation, my financial choices or whatever. bringing it back again. But like,
Pause
what?
for a sec. I think this is what I wanted to go into earlier before that tangent happened.
Mm,
Is that the reason why I'm so passionate about learning about my clients' values and goals isn't because I find that fun. It's
yeah,
because nobody does that. The reason why I
yeah,
go to like 4 different shops, and I'm really grateful, like my butchers, at least was like, how did you get home so fast? It's literally like around the corner. Like
yeah,
it's on the way to my kids' school. So
yeah,
like we use like the local butcher, we use the local fruit and veg shop, and then
yeah,
we go to Aldi because there's things at Aldi that the kids like versus Woolies, I've noticed, especially for school snacks, which
yeah,
is
yeah,
cost effective anyway.
yeah,
Um, so I literally go to like 4 shops to do the groceries, and what I found yesterday was that I spent like $30 at Woolies compared to spending like $500 at Woolies in the
yeah.
past
It
by
makes,
doing like
yeah,
by starting at the butcher's, going to the fruit and veg shop next, and then going to Aldi, and then
yeah,
going to Woolies last, rather than giving the big named people. I know Aldi is also a big name, but like I gave the smaller businesses the most money, and that's what I value. Like people say, why aren't there any small businesses open anymore? Why aren't we supporting small business? But then go and shop at Woolies and Coles.
yeah. So you're like
Guys,
you're
rein it
making
in.
conscious choices for your family of this is where
Yeah,
we choose to shop. It benefits us financially, but also health and wellness wise, it benefits you because it's organic, free range, comes from, and you're also supporting local business because those things are all your values. So I think
yeah,
that's the more shorter version of what I was trying to get to is the conscious value or choice that we have made as an individual. What choice can you better make? Not better, I'm not saying that your value is any better or less than mine, but if you are currently in a state where you're struggling, maybe is there something you can unsubscribe from, whether it's the news, whether it's I don't know, like Prime TV versus Netflix or Disney. Like if you've got all the subscriptions,
yeah,
maybe take one away
yeah,
or find a cheaper shop near you is the shorter version of what
yeah.
I was trying
If
to say.
if the cost of living is the problem for you right now, then look at like where else you can shop for a cheaper price. Like Aldi
Mm,
still has milk for like $4 a carton. Like
yeah.
it might not be like Australian proper milk, no, but if financially you need to focus on
Yeah,
that, then
totally.
go to Aldi. And then if like because our values are that we have grass fed proper meat. That is a
Yeah.
real value of ours.
Yeah.
So we go and spend nearly $200 a
I'm
fortnight on meat.
gonna get kicked off, so I'm just
Um,
wary of the time.
but
Keep
then
going.
all up, we only spent like say $500 in our whole shop, and that was like a big food
Mm.
shop for like all of our fridge. Like I try to do like fruit and veg and all of the things like goes in a cycle of a fortnight. So rather than do like a
Right.
weekly shop, I try to do like a
A
fortnightly
footnote.
shop. So
Yeah.
it's like $500 per fortnight rather than per week. And that means that it's like $250 a week compared to these mums groups where people are saying that they spend $600 a week. I'm like, are you
I'm not gonna
organizing
lie,
and
this
planning
week
your
I
life?
spent quite a bit of money on shopping, but it's because I needed extra, like, I always find I spend more, I make my own washing powder and all those things. So they're still clean and it's the conscious choice for me that they're a bit healthier because we do have children with additional needs. We do have, and I'm not saying like I'm not going down the rabbit hole, but I do have skin conditions, like I have psoriasis on my leg. So I've tried to make a conscious shift from like buying brand things to making my own, which means some weeks I'm going to have to spend a bit more money at the shop because I need to like stock up on that to make my big jar of powder that I make. But
which is buying in bulk anyway, so it's going to last longer than a week, right?
I mean, yeah, and I also like recycle my protein because a lot of washing powders don't send with scoops anymore. Someone was telling me a while ago. And so I use my protein shake scoopers for my washing powder, so it's like still sustainability in a
Does
way.
does Juice Plus still have a? I think our washing powder scoop is currently a Juice Plus scoop, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
you
I
even
feel
told
like
me
they
about that,
just
but
still like you can't have a shake without a scoop to make a protein shake, can you? How are you gonna make it without a scoop? I don't know. I need my scoop. I have like a scoop for everything, and they're all like a Juice Plus scoop. Anyway, the point of that is to say that also if maybe running around to different shops isn't like a thing like for I love that Mel does that. It inspires me whenever she tells me she does that, but I am a little bit like, oh, convenience, bro. But also,
oh yeah,
I buy like the fruit and veg boxes that get delivered online, which is Farmer's Pick
yeah,
sometimes, which is what the big
yeah,
supermarkets discard. So I feel like in a way I'm still doing my bit to like not food
yeah.
waste, not
It hasn't always been this way. Like when I don't have capacity, there's like in the holidays, for example, I didn't have capacity to go to the shops. We had so much on.
mm,
I told you, I literally was like, you guys have to be creative. I'm not going shopping. And they
yeah,
were like, what? I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I'm not going shopping because
Shopping
we
is
have
like
a
a whole
child.
hard thing if you don't have capacity. But like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to the shops because they kept opening the fridge and being like, there's no food here. I'm like, there's heaps of food.
oh my God. That could be a podcast in itself that mums need to hear, right? Like I'm sure every
Yeah,
mum hears that no matter where they shop. So the other thing as well is like there are places like butchers online that you can get delivered or whatever, which we've done for the longest time. I've been a bit slack with my deliveries lately because it's just whatever I've been doing conveniently and like not slack, but like whatever. But
but
I do,
that's exactly what the conversation is about, right? Like
yeah,
convenience versus we live in such a
conscious
convenient world.
choices, convenience versus
Yeah.
conscious choices. Yeah.
Yeah, like we live in such a convenience world. So like when they talk about cost of living, they're actually talking about for you to have the life you have, the freedom with your phone, with your computer, with your TV, with Netflix,
Mm.
with your PC, with your mansion, with your fancy car, you're actually trading off your time and your money and your
Yeah.
understanding for life that your grandparents talked about, like having freedom and whatever and being able to buy a house. What they're actually doing is saying that you need all this consumerism to get all of these things.
Which
Does
is
that
the
make sense?
point of
Whereas
why
like,
I say about going to different shops and really realizing that you can reduce cost of living by making conscious choices. So by
yeah, like
me
we
saying like
yeah,
I I'm not saying that I always choose convenience. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But when I've done the veggie box orders or the butcher orders, I'm still getting them from a local Victorian butcher, not like the big one where I don't know where it comes from or what's in my meat. Um, and they like I've been able to get butcher packs from like I think I've spent like 150 to $200 on meat. Oh, we're running out of time. We're gonna get kicked off. But they
we
last like
have
a
9 minutes.
okay, they'll last like 5 minutes. Yeah, they'll last like 2 weeks or so of like different. And I think I stopped for a while because I was like to my partner, oh, I don't really like want that. I want this for meals. But then like sometimes just having that in your freezer for the weeks where maybe money might be tighter for you and your individual family, just because we know everyone's situation is not the same as ours, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Can go, oh, like I'm a bit strapped this week, but like remember I froze those five different meats, or I've got that big box of fruit
yeah.
and veg that I bought. So you're kind of not running out of food on the weeks where tight money might be tighter because the week prior you meal planned ahead or something
Yeah,
like maybe.
100%. 100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you take the time to understand your values, your goals,
Brilliant.
and then make yourself boundaries around going to the shop, not going to the shop, um, ordering things online, not ordering things online. Then you, and like, it might take you 6 months to stick to your boundaries. It's not going to be like this, but you start to audit, like, if the cost of living is the problem for you, you can audit that first. Audit your financial world first. Audit your subscriptions, audit your emails,
Mm.
audit your apps on your phone, audit like all of those things first, and then work out next. I'm going to audit what I'm consuming, because what you consume on your phone and on the TV and on your computer is actually making your brain think that you need more. Like, the
Yeah.
algorithm with AI is so smart, especially these days. Like, because I'm a coach, when I flick through Instagram, I'm actually frustrated because every second ad is a coach. I'm
Mm.
like, oh, I don't need any more coaching. I need to support people. Like, so you have to work out if you're a consumer or the opposite, where you're actually taking in what
Yeah.
you need and giving things to the world. Does
And
that make sense? I think we should.
consumerism almost runs off that fear-based news too. Like it literally
Yeah,
doesn't exist
exactly.
without convenience and fear and anxiety and stress. Like when that
100%.
mum said yesterday about like, oh, fuel's so expensive, another mum in the yard actually went, no, hasn't the cost of fuel dropped? And so like one mum's
Yeah,
living in fear. I'm over here going, what? Because I'm just like oblivious to everything. I live in my own little bubble here in Zoom land. And
yeah.
then
All right,
this,
Elise,
yeah,
Elise, let's. I want you to, in 2 minutes, tell everybody where they can find you and what program you are offering right now.
perfect. So you can find me on Instagram or TikTok at Elise the Mindfulness Mama. And my program is currently the Calm Mother Code, not because motherhood is calm, but because we can implement calm within the chaos of life.
I love
Mel,
that.
what are you offering right now?
So you can find me at Mel Marie Stapleton on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. However, I'm not very active on TikTok. I'm trying to make that better. I just don't enjoy it over there. Um, and I'm
Mm.
currently offering a one-on-one call, like a coaching call. And we can work through, just like this chat was, anything that you desire. Or my 12-week program is currently open, called the Regulated and Reclaimed Mother.
Love
It's
that.
really fun, and we go through like all of the values goals that we talked about today. And then we set you boundaries, and then you learn to have fun as a mom. And we also clear your energy centers, which, if we have time, Elise, we have 5 minutes still. I
Yeah,
might
do
just pull a
something,
card.
please.
Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Because this might give us a little bit of like a grounded landing space because like, yeah, we get so into it that I'm a bit busy in my brain. So like a centered card might be really good.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
And so yeah, the recap of today I think is conscious choices, look elsewhere, and speak to a coach about what your values are. And what's that say? Third eye
Okay, so
chakra.
this
Right.
was, yeah, third eye chakra, wisdom and discernment. I'm open
Wow.
to understanding the spiritual truths behind the situations occurring in my life right now. How fitting. I offer
Wow,
my
wow,
wisdom to
wow.
assist others along in their path. I trust in a higher source to guide me and to help others who ask for my guidance. I practice discernment and listen deeply within for the truth. I choose to respond to, rather than just reacting to situations, acting with clarity, courage, and conviction. I might pop that in my free group
I really
as
love
a picture.
that.
I'll
Yeah, please
show
share
that
that so I
after.
can read it again later. But how fitting for today's conversation, discernment. Make your own conscious choice. It doesn't have to be anything we said today if that's not aligned to you. If you think, oh, Elise just said a bunch of crap that I'm not aligned to, that's fine too. But make a
Yeah,
conscious choice that
I always
aligns to your family values, like Mel said.
yeah, I always say take what you need and leave the rest. Let it go, like Elsa.
Yeah, because that's like what we want for you is to feel what is best aligned for you and your family as coaches. We don't want you consuming things online that make you feel disconnected from yourself or like you're questioning yourself or judging yourself or that we're judging. We're just trying to put out there another idea that might help support someone to make a different choice that might make their life a little bit easier in this current state of cost of living. Even sometimes, like for me, I make like a salad, and I know people say, oh, canned food can be full of sugars and things like that. But like, I love to make a salad with chickpeas and canned beetroot and canned olives or jarred olives. And they're like things that are like, think of ways you can store food, freeze food, meal plan. If you are like Mel or whatever buying from a butcher, maybe you could buy like a kilo of whatever the meat is you choose to eat and make 6 meals out of that one meat or something like that. So just make a conscious choice that feels aligned to your family is what we're sort of saying, I think, is the recap.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And yeah, if you would like some support or would like to connect with us, we'd love to hear from you. And thanks for listening today. We can't wait to be here again next week.
Thank you.